This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight my friends and I will be playing the Arkham Horror role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is called Comets of Kingsport. It was written by Leah Hawthorne. Our keeper of arcane lore is Tyler Hudak, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by me as my character, Amanda Sharp. So without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Where do I begin? A couple days ago, I was asked by Professor Walters to accompany him to Kingsport to do a little anthropological research on their early history. Kingsport, just like Arkham, is replete with folklore that goes all the way back to the Pocumtuck, Nipmuc, and Wampanoag tribes, and I was eager to find a focus for my future thesis. First thing I did was I contacted Samuel Clark, who I know very well, and he knows everyone as he is the postal delivery agent, so he would be invaluable. We traveled together with another researcher, Mandy Thompson, Daisy Walker, one of the junior librarians, and a local fisherman, Silas Marsh, for his knowledge and experience of the coast. We arrived at the Hall School in Kingsport fairly early. It was cold with little flurries of snow. We were brought inside by a gossipy secretary, Miss Pearl. She obviously, like so many busybodies, wanted to be part of things. She began telling us first what the headmaster would later tell us, that one of their professors, Cecil Blackburn, was acting strangely. Imagine calling us down from Arkham on the pretext of research, only to coerce us into confronting an errant professor. Headmaster Miles has some nerve, imposing on a frail old man like dear Professor Walters. After all, isn't that his job, running the school? We went to see this Blackburn, and he attacked us. Objectively, it seemed like he was suffering from some degenerative malediction, or to put it in layman's terms, he looked all wonky. His eyes were bizarre, his ribs were lopsided. When we encountered him, he was bathing in salt water, bare-chested, but wearing his pants. Blackburn made to attack Professor Walters with a switchblade razor, but I managed to knock it out of his hands. Silas was punched in the face, and the professor was knocked down. Blackburn was a madman. I did manage to whack him with the professor's cane. In the end, he was restrained. The things he babbled were ludicrous. He wildly claimed that he was not Blackburn, but a copy, a comet, part of the god Astarius. He claimed, too, that there were others, other copies, and that there would be even more if they could recover a magical amulet. When the headmaster arrived, we recommended that he have Blackburn locked up in Kingsport Asylum. After that, we split up in an attempt to gain some additional information. Sam and Mandy went to check on Blackburn's wife and search his home office. We were going to meet back at the pub around 2. Professor Walters and I and Silas went to explore the caves out past where the Miskatonic flows into the sea. Well, actually, the professor stayed in the car and read some of the books that he'd found in Blackburn's office at school. The lunatic had told us that the real Blackburn was hiding near the base of the Great Cliff. I think Daisy went to search the library for information, And I suppose I should bring up that Daisy, during the fight with Blackburn, used some sort of magical spell to wither his arm. As the professor said, she needs to be a little more discreet. Being from Arkham and being in our group means sometimes having to accept the witchery and secret life of Arkham residents and our history of such strange things. Silas and I are here now on the beach, and we have found a cave that looks promising. There are footsteps inside, lots of them. And we look inside and we see a man, and then two, then three, and they're all the same copies, comets.
All right. So, just to recap where I believe everybody is, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. Daisy, Samuel, and Mandy went to Blackburn's house. You were talking to his wife, and when we left, she was leading you up to Cecil's office.
Yep.
And then Amanda and Silas had gone into the caves while Harvey was back at the car reading through some of the books, which is where he found the Legend of the Neff. All right. We're gonna start with Daisy, Samuel, and Mandy. Roxy, Cecil's wife, takes you up the stairs. It's a rather nice house. It's middle class house for the times, but it's neatly kept. You get to a door. She leads you to a door, which is obviously Cecil's office. And while everything that you've seen so far, the living room, the dining room, even one of the bedroom doors was open on your way up. Everything is very neat and tidy. She opens the door to Cecil's office, and it looks like a hurricane has hit it. There
Hmm.
are piles and stacks of books against everywhere, leaning against corners, on the floor, open on his desk and end tables. There's balled up pieces of paper all over the floor. It almost looks like snowdrifts. And on the desktop, there are several notebooks, which you assume are something like a probably his journals. She looks at you a little bit exasperated and
Hmm.
says, "See, this is what I mean. He was never like this. He was always very neat and orderly and tidy. And ever since we got back from that antique store and he had that amulet, he's changed. If you can find anything in here that might help him, please do." And she kind of steps back and allows you to go in.
Yeah. I'm going to look at the researcher and the librarian in this mess. I'm just going to stand back and let them do what they do best because I'm like,
Goodness, great. Whew.
You want to start with the desk and I'll take the floor?
Yeah, oh my God. Let, let's try to make some sense out of all of this.
So looking at the desk, you definitely see that there are some piles of books there, some crumpled up pieces of paper, but those are as you kind of open one or two of the notebooks up, that they're definitely journals. If you want, you could read through it. It'll be an intuition roll, but that is completely up to you.
I'll flip through one of the
Yeah,
journals. Actually, we got multiple journals. Why don't we just share them and see if we can find
yeah.
anything?
Sure. So remember, just to kind of recap the rules, this is a narrative scene, which means that your dice pool lasts for the entire scene.
Hmm.
It does not refresh until you reach the next scene. Uh, Simple actions such as, moving, opening something up, pulling something down, don't cost you any dice. Only the complex actions where you need to roll will cost you dice. And however many dice you roll is completely up to you, but you only need one success. If you're looking through the journals, then that would be an intuition roll.
So if
Okay,
more than one,
I'll use up two of my six.
Okay. And remember, you want to get less than or equal to what your value in
Okay.
the
I got a 5 and
or
a 4, so I
no,
beat it.
above. Sorry,
Yeah,
Above.
equal
I
to or
beat it.
above.
Yeah, I beat it.
All right, cool. So you start looking through his journals, and they're very much like half coherent ravings, a lot of them. They're very, very difficult to follow. What you do end up finding, though, is first off the legend of the Neff that Harvey found. You
Mhm.
find something, basically a retelling of that within the journals. You also find this entry, if I can figure out how to use a mouse.
Cecil's journal. Much of the journal is written in shaky, uneven lines, alternating between lucid reflection and near madness. Between the rants, a pattern emerges. Cecil found an amulet in a small shop up the coast and claimed it filled him with the breath of the sea. He feels stronger and no longer hungered for food, stating that swimming in the ocean sustained him. I dream of a god destroyed, one passage reads. Its pieces scattered like shells. The amulet is one, and it remembers what it was. He writes of a ritual revealed in his dreams, cutting off his own finger while wearing the amulet and submerging it in salt water. He did this, and the finger regrew. By the next day, a duplicate of himself appeared with strange, haunting eyes. In later entries, Cecil debates his next steps, filling pages with frenzied questions about testing the ritual on others. They must wear the amulet, he insists. Alive, awake, but what then? I can't decide what should come next. To kill, to cage, to learn? By the final pages, his handwriting spirals into a scrawl, the words, he's still watching, underlined until the ink bleeds through the page. Okay, so I thought Cecil might be salvageable, but it sounds like he's completely gone. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, what the
According
heck?
to according to this, he's not really. I think we all supposed he is kept somewhere as a prisoner or something, but this sounds like
The original's lost his mind, yeah.
yeah.
And he must have attacked people to make the other duplicates
So it
somehow.
all goes back to these scattered pieces of this god. Maybe we need to find out where he was looking for these pieces. Maybe
Well, the amulet is one, and we know that his copy wants the amulet back, I guess, to have one. Well, the others are probably they might find him and they might be in danger now. Here I was thinking they might be rescuing him, but he might attack them.
And just to remind you, when you all talked to Blackburn's Comet, he kept talking about how Blackburn was weak and pathetic and was unworthy of the amulet, that he had gone
oh
to the
yes.
caverns in Kingsport, but they were unable to pursue him, and that Asterius, the god,
Mhm.
was hungry, and the amulet was essentially the way to bring it back, and the comets were you trying to fulfill that.
Right. And if we read stuff similar to what Professor Walters read, we know there's some realm or space that they can't go into.
Yeah, while yes, his journals kind of hint at that
Mhm.
in multiple places. Again, there's a lot of like incoherent ravings,
Yeah.
but the gist of it is there is this other realm that the amulet can open up, that the owner can go in as long as they're not a comet. The comets cannot go into this. He calls it the other world.
The other world.
Well,
Well,
it sounds like the amulet is pretty key to this,
yeah, I mean
whatever it is.
if we get it and destroy it, they won't be able to fulfill their desires. So, but also our friends are quite possibly in great danger from this man then. It's not a rescue operation anymore. We should catch up with them. Um, I'm going to warn his wife that due to the stress and what's going on, unfortunately, and she's going to have to take this well, her husband is not well mentally. If for any reason he shows up back at home, she's quietly to contact the authorities because he's got himself into some trouble and she's in danger if he does show up.
So you tell this to her, and she actually
Yes.
takes it much better than you initially thought she might. You kind of get the impression that maybe she was thinking along these lines as
Okay, good.
well.
Okay, good.
That the just the change in his behavior, she wasn't sure if it was, and she even kind of hints as this as she's talking to you that she wasn't sure if he was just under a lot of stress and it was a mental break or he was on
Hmm.
drugs or there, but there's something going on. And so the warning you give her kind of solidifies what she
Okay.
was thinking.
All right.
And she asks you, well, what are you going to do? What are you all going to do looking at all three of you?
We're going to find him before he becomes any more of a threat. And if we're lucky, it could be that thing that he found is causing his problems. We'll try to take it from him. Maybe that will help him. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. But
Yeah.
you might even want to go and stay with a relative in case he does somehow get back here, just to be safe.
Oh.
Because he might try to harm you now. He's not in his right mind. He might try to do something that would be dangerous for you.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have family across town. I can go stay with my sister.
Okay.
And he wouldn't, think to go there at least initially. So, yeah, I'll please, and she gives you the address. You know
Okay.
where
In
it is.
case we need to contact her. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
please, if you find out anything, please let me know.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, so let's jump back over to Amanda and Silas. You're in the tunnel. Just again, it's a pretty long tunnel. You see that there's like some ambient light coming from something in at the end of the tunnel. It's almost like a bluish green ambient light that's lighting it down there. But there's not a lot of light on this end, which kind of keeps you hidden. And then on the other end, you can see the three figures walk out, just kind of standing at the edge of the tunnel, at the edge of the light down there. And it's clear enough that you can see that they're the same person, but you can't make out too many other details.
Do
Unless
they see us?
They don't appear to see you yet, no.
they're three copies of the same person. He
I-
was telling the truth, at least partly, maybe. Are we
Yeah,
going to find a copy of Blackburn here?
I don't know. Maybe. Do you
Or
want to
was
try to
that the
get
copy?
closer, or do you want to try to go back and tell the others? This is out of my league.
I think well, you know what? You stay here and guard the entrance, and I'm going to use the darkness and the shadows to try and sneak closer. I'll hide in the
Okay.
darkness so that I can't be seen. I want
I
to see if I can hear what they're saying.
Sure. So I think that's going to be an agility roll. I will give you advantage on that just because you are in the darkness. So look at it's however many dice you want to roll from your pool. You get a additional die for free, and you roll your die, and then you just remove the lowest die.
Yeah, and I want to get under the number or
You want
above
to
the number.
above, equal to or above.
Oh, okay.
So I think
So my
you're
my agility is 6+ or plus
yeah. So
six.
it's gonna you need a six to do it. Now, one thing. So one thing we didn't really talk about this last time. You do have 2 points of insight, and insight lets you do some things. So I'm just gonna read through the list. You can spend a point of insight to add an additional success if you already have a success. So it'll give you more successes. You can, when you're doing a reaction, so like dodging or blocking, you can spend one insight to perform it with advantage. Before performing a complex action, which is what you're doing now, you can spend one insight to perform it with advantage. So technically, you would have two advantage at that point. You can spend one or more to introduce a narrative element into the scene. So maybe there's something there that you want, or you want, some type of advantage or something like that. And you could also use it to avoid certain traumas or effects of traumas, which we haven't really gotten into yet.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 3 dice.
Okay.
And I got a 1 6 and a 3 and a 4.
That's all you need. So there's enough
Darkness.
there's enough like rocky outcroppings, and it's dark enough, and you suspect that the ambient light there, their eyes haven't adjusted to the darkness. So you're able to get, let's say, about halfway down the tunnel, Silas. You can see Amanda kind of slinking through. Every once in a while you lose her and then she reappears. But Amanda, you get close enough that you can see them pretty clearly, and they are definitely the same person. They look like some type of like an older sailor that's based on their dress and so on. But one of the things that you see is that they're like half of their face appears to be like covered in some type of like almost like barnacles or like crustacean. They're crusty. It says you catch sight of one of the duplicates' faces and are horrified. Half the creature's face has been covered in barnacles, and an unnaturally long, disgusting body of one of them stretches out and begins nibbling on the duplicate's ear, snatching a piece of flesh before squelching back into its protective hole. So there's things going on. In fact, go ahead and give me a resolve roll. Again, this is optional, but you will automatically fail if you don't roll. This is essentially the equivalent of a sanity check.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll 2 of my dice.
Okay.
I need to get better than a 4.
4 or better.
And I got a 1 and a 3.
So you take 2 horror. So this means that you're going to replace 2 of your regular dice with horror dice. When you roll the horror dice, you roll them as normal. But if you get a 1 when you roll those horror dice, let me know, because then you may get a trauma.
So at the moment, I only have 1 dice left.
That's fine. Just remember to, when you refresh your dice pool, just remember to add in the, to replace the...
So I see that, and I quickly begin shuffling backwards to get back to where Silas is.
Silas, you're able to kind of make it back, but Silas, you see that she is shocked.
Yeah, and I motion for him. We got to get out of the cave.
All right, so we'll try to usher our way out of the cave. Just won't even bother anymore. Go back to the car.
You won't believe. Once we're out, I'm not talking inside the cave, but
Yeah,
he
you're able to get out without an
one.
issue. Harvey, you see them kind of emerge.
Yeah, Harvey is halfway down the beach in his best sprint, which amounts to about an old stroll. You're waving the papers, and he sees them coming out, and he'll turn around, huff, and join them.
I'm clinging to Silas.
What happened? Did you find him?
Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car.
She saw something, but she can't tell me what it is.
There were 3 of them, identical copies. But when I got close to them, one of them's face was not. It was malformed, like I can't even describe it. But then to the other one, it came over and it started nibbling on his ear. They were eating one another. I want to scream, but I'm scared to death. We got to get back to the others.
Walters looks around to see if there's anybody around that is of any concern, but says, "You're okay, Amanda. If you need to scream, scream. But it sounds horrifying."
I just have to hold on to it. Let's get in the car and go. We got to go find the others. This is all true.
These things I've read while you were in the caves pretty much confirm what you're saying. There's something very fishy going on.
What do we do about it, though?
No, maybe the others have found out some information.
Reconvening's a good idea. Let's do that first, Silas.
Do you think we should leave the cave looked over?
Well, we know which one it is now.
Well, true, but what if they leave, or what if they go somewhere?
You got a good look. You were able to see whose copies they were, correct? At least we know.
I didn't recognize them. They looked like a sailor.
Silas, you have a point. If they get out and we don't know where they've gone, I'd be willing to stay behind. I am the slowest.
No, you don't stay. I'll stay because I look like I blend more than you do. I will camp out on the beach and just watch the entrance.
Let's find a phone you can get easy access to if you need it, and I'll look around to see if there's any stores or maybe freestanding payphones that we can rendezvous at if Silas needs to get a hold of us.
There's some. Did they have payphones in the 20s or
Probably
30s,
not.
whenever this is?
They would have them in New York City in big places like Chicago, but
Maybe we find a
out in
grocery
the middle
store
of-
or something that might have a phone.
You find something, maybe it's like an emergency phone or something like that.
But
or
who do we
you find
call?
something.
Yeah, I doubt it.
the question is, who do we call?
Yeah, because nobody
You know-
has a cell phone is going to be near a house phone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry, that's the millennial of the group. Just
Yeah.
thinking
They were,
everybody's got
they were,
easy
yeah,
access phones.
they were going to go to Blackburn's house. Let's just go there.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember we did agree to rendezvous at a pub later, I think, didn't we?
at 2.
At
Yeah,
2.
but it's probably still fairly early.
The
Yeah,
pub
okay.
has a phone. Call the pub.
All right.
If you find a phone, there may not be a phone book, but there's the operator who can connect you to the right place.
So I'm staying at the beach. I'm gonna overlook the cave. If they go anywhere or whatever, I'll just see. At least we'll have an idea when they come back. When are you guys gonna come back for me?
Well, once we talk to the others, we'll come back for you, but keep out of sight. Don't let them see you. If we come back and find there's 5 of you, we're going to be in trouble.
Fair
Worst
enough.
case scenario, we're not more than maybe an hour or two.
All right.
Wait, oh, wait, now see, that's a good point. I don't know whether I've got knowledge from them. Do we know that the amulet, didn't he say something about if he had the amulet, they could make more copies?
Yes.
So it's the amulet they need to make more copies. So I don't think they could copy Silas. They don't have the amulet. Okay. Good. So Silas, you're okay. Just stay out of sight.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll jump into the driver's seat of the Studebaker and then go to meet up with the others.
All right. Silas, you're able to find like an outcropping or like an area that you're able to hide in well enough, but still have a decent view, and you kind of settle in for watching. Remember though, it is cold out. It was snowing before, so the weather isn't great, but it's clear enough that you've got at least a good view for the moment.
I'm
The
used
rest
to
of you-
harsh weather.
Yeah, exactly. The rest of you are going to meet at that pub that you had been at before. Is that right?
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
So
Give-
you
give
all
that
kind
time
of
seems appropriate.
head back there, roughly meet up, let's say within like another 15, 20 minutes. So it's roughly about 2 o'clock. You all show up there. I assume you're going to exchange some information, but
Yep.
you find a table kind of out of the way again.
So what you found was he cut off his finger and
And
it
it
grew back,
grew, yeah.
but the
it's-
finger also grew into a copy of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's kind of like the whole starfish regenerate, don't they? Can't they regenerate from a limb or something?
We saw those copies, only they didn't grow back correctly.
Yeah,
Okay.
they seem to be malfunctioning
Or maybe they were still in the process of growing. He says in the text that you said
Mhm.
that he was going to try it on other people.
Yeah. Well, I
That's where
think,
the other people have come from.
yep, that's what we know. Lottie is one of the people he's done it to.
But the originals aren't necessarily in on this. The originals are trying to hide, and the
Mm,
copies are the ones that are trying to make. I mean, they could make copies forever and make thousands and thousands and thousands.
Well,
They
I'm
could
a
make an
little worried
army of
he might
themselves.
have murdered the originals. I hope not. He lost his mind. He was completely gone. Reading these notes, I was
Well,
thinking
I got.
maybe somehow the evil clones were behind it all, but he was the one who started it.
I think that there's a gateway or a passage there somewhere that opens up at certain times. That's probably where he went
Hmm.
because they can't go there. The copies can't go there.
What's he trying to
The
do?
comets. Maybe he found a road to paradise or something wonderful. And
He's totally nuts. He could be wanting to do anything.
Can we agree that it's the amulet that needs to be found to keep this from continuing?
Yep.
destroyed. Yeah.
We can. I believe the copy of Blackburn said that the original still had it, so
Hmm.
we might have to go wherever he's gone.
Hmm.
And that's the caves. We found the wrong cave, I think, but
Oh,
we were close.
well, unless they were keeping an eye at the entrance to where he went.
Yeah, and they can't go there, so
They
they're
can't follow,
trapped.
but they're waiting for him to come
Mhm.
out.
What did it mean that the entrance bloomed? Didn't they say, didn't the text say that at the highest tide that there were geysers? Somebody said something about a geyser that
Oh, like a plume
shoots out
of
of the
water.
top, a plume
Yeah.
of water.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where you step through into the
Well,
other.
Silas knows about some of the more famous caves, so he might know
Oh, we
about
left
that one.
Silence there. We've got to go get Silas.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, we forgot about him.
There was
Hopefully
one more
he's
thing, Professor. Even in his madness and his rantings, he said that something was watching him, not someone. And it seemed a warning.
If
I
the
don't know what all
thing,
that stuff about the gods were in the beginning that he said either. It does sound like he's insane.
I was reading texts in the vehicle that I think confirm this story that he has of some kind of god, Astarios, that maybe is what he's referring to. It's all madness. Let's pick up Silas and then we'll know what to do next.
Okay.
Hope so.
So you all start heading back towards the caves. Silas, it's probably been about an hour, and you're watching the caves. You're starting to get a bit cold, but right about the time when it hits about 3 o'clock or so, you start to see movement in the cave, and one of the people you saw before exits. Give me, if I didn't say, I apologize. Your dice pools will have refreshed by now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give
Or dice stay
me,
the same though, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
No, yours refreshes as well. But if
Okay,
you had taken damage, you would have less dice. But I think all of your damage from before was healed, so you should be back up to your full.
okay,
Uh,
gotcha.
Give me I guess an agility roll to kind of hide, and I'll even let you roll it with advantage since you kind of were able to dig yourself in. So just add an extra dice for free, and then
Oh,
you just take the higher of the result.
oh yeah, I totally got it.
Okay. So you are able to, kind of hide yourself in there. You see one of those creatures, the people, whatever it is, exit out. They kind of turn and kind of walk towards town. Are you going to follow them or just kind of, continue to watch?
You know what? I'm gonna follow them because I know where everybody's gonna come back to, so I'll try to get back here. So I'm gonna try to follow.
Okay. So the thing isn't really paying attention to, looking to see if anybody's following it. So it's fairly easy for you to trail it. The beach is pretty close to the street, and you follow it up onto the street, and it just starts walking down the road, and it probably goes about 3 or 4 blocks, and it just enters into a house. It looks like it doesn't look like an abandoned house, but it's more like a rundown house. The shutters are kind of broken. Even though it's winter, the lawn has not been taken care of in a long time. It's overgrown and so on. But you see it enter, and you know
Can I,
that's it.
is it got windows? Like, can I creep up and kind of see if I can see through a window, or is
Sure.
it boarded up?
You can. So you creep up. I think this is going to be another agility roll. If you're gonna, are you? Well, I guess I should ask. Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
If I don't see anybody around, I'm not going to be super sneaky, just kind of casual.
Okay, then just give me a agility roll then.
Okay. And I got exactly the number.
Oh, perfect. That's all you needed. So you're able to get up there and look into the window without, making too much noise. You look in and you see it appears that you're looking into a living room. And the again, it's kind of what you expected in terms of furniture, rundown furniture, beat up, and so on. But you see that same person that you saw previously there, just kind of standing in the room, not moving. It's almost like they are almost like, for lack of a better term, it's almost like they're a zombie just kind of standing there staring at the wall. And you see another one of the duplicates of the same person walk out. And it appears that they're having some type of conversation, but you can't hear through because of the wind and the windows and things like that. Unless you would want to try to open the window or get in or get closer or anything like that.
No, I think what I would like to do is try to kind of go around the house real quick, just to see if there's anything else, and then go back to the beach.
Sure. You circle the house really fast. You really don't see anything else
Okay.
other than it being run down. You do see what you would consider evidence of multiple people going in and out, due to like all the tracks you see in the snow or the grass being pushed down. You can't really tell how many. It's not really your area of expertise, but definitely multiple people have been going in and out of that house. You said you were going to head back after
I'm
that?
gonna wait because then I need reinforcements. I don't know what I'm
Okay.
gonna walk into.
So about the time you get back to the beach is when everybody else pulls up.
Walters honks the horn.
So I walk up and I say, I've seen a couple of them leave, and they're in that house over there. I didn't see anybody else leave the cave, so we've got clone, whatever you want to call those things, in two places. What do you guys know?
The original Cecil's completely insane, unfortunately. It might be the amulet that did it to him, but he's the one who started all this. He's not an innocent party.
If we go by what if we take this insane man's ideas, there was some sort of god that got shattered to pieces, and one of the pieces is was made into an amulet by somebody apparently, and that if you wear the amulet, you can heal damage, but if you cut a part off, it also grows into a copy of you. And
And
those
you can,
copies want more copies and more copies and more copies.
and all the copies want to work to putting together the original god again somehow. Well, though, other
Because
than the
maybe
amulets.
each,
I'll
maybe
give you
each,
some. I'll give you something else. Amanda and Silas, since you both got a pretty good look of these things, and actually, Silas, go ahead and give me a resolve roll, since you got to see an up close look on them
Hmm.
as well.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, what's the
you,
third one? I did not get it.
Then you get 2 horror as well. Just replace 2 of your dice with horror dice.
Okay.
Uh, you kind of noticed something. Amanda, you saw 3 of them. Silas, you saw 2 of them. They were duplicates or copies of each other, but you could tell that Amanda, each of the ones they looked kind of worse than the previous one. And Silas, you saw that too. You saw one that looked, it looked kind of grotesque, but the next one was even worse. So it kind of feels like yes, multiple copies, but the
They're
more
degraded.
right, exactly.
because they don't have the amulet, maybe.
I think it's a matter of every time they copy, they just get worse and maybe further from the original version.
I'm wondering if each one of them is a piece of the god, and they will make enough of them to where they can all come together as a single thing.
Oh,
I don't know.
so they're
It's a
not looking.
disturbing thought.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about a god wanting to come back and take over like he did before. What did the ancients do to stop it?
If I could be blunt,
What does the
if I was an ancient, I'd probably burn that building down the 2 of them are in.
well, it's got to have something to do with that gateway, or because obviously these things haven't come back before now. It's definitely something that Blackburn did when he found that, and he found the amulet in a shop.
Yeah. Did we get the Tyler? Did we get the name of the store that the wife say where he went?
Yeah, it's it's a name of a random like antique store up the coast. If you had to guess, it'd probably be like a 3 to 4 hour drive
Yeah.
up the coast.
The Innsmouth gift shop.
The Smith's gift shop.
And she gave you what she thought is the name and the approximate details of where it is. It was a month ago, so her recollection is a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah. And it's not even like the shop is necessarily an evil shop of
Right.
of gifts. It might just be the one
We-
thing that they had.
We have to find the amulet, which means probably trying to find the professor, which means probably trying to find the gate.
Hmm.
And we've got some indication of when the gate will open at the highest tide.
Mhm.
Was it when the water is shooting out of the geysers?
That would probably be
But-
early morning then, wouldn't it?
We'd have to check the schedule because the tide changes with the moon.
Silas probably
You know
knows. Silas, what time is the highest
Yeah.
tide?
It is about 8 p.m.
Okay. What do we do about days? Do we
Well, they're
kill
a threat
them?
to they're just clones, they're not the original.
But I've never killed any.
Well, they're not people.
Well,
Well,
I mean, do we make that judgment?
fair enough. I've never killed either, so even
Um,
killing a hideous creature is a little bit.
What did Blackburn say in the notes that he didn't know whether he should kill or imprison or learn from?
Well, his clone knew a lot of seemed to have a different personality and seemed to know a lot of stuff that maybe he didn't know because
I think it's a threat to all of us. I think we need to get rid of him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
but
we need to
try
chase we need to go through that gate and get him and find out what's going on.
the problem
Or do you
is
want to
if
go
we
around
try
town and
act
try to
on
round up
those
these clones?
What was it,
Sorry.
Daisy?
The problem is if we try to act on those clones, how do we know that we're able to get rid of them or to take care of them? We could, on the other hand, be in a much worse situation if we bring ourselves into contact with them.
Cut the head off one and you make 2. That's a good point, Daisy.
Only if they have the amulet.
Yeah, exactly. They can't duplicate anymore.
But we won't duplicate if they hurt us.
No, they don't have the amulet. We should be okay.
No, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
What if?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we should get poles with like gaffs on the end of them, and from it, spears. Got
Silas has
plenty
a
of
harpoon.
harpoons and shit. But think about it. They need salt water too.
hmm
What would counteract salt water?
Well, salt water is electrically conductive, isn't it? Could try electrocute
Yeah.
them.
Is there a way you could neutralize the salt?
Somebody give me a knowledge roll.
Science. Science. Where's the science person?
I'll do that. I'll spend 2 die.
Okay.
Me too.
Success.
All right. So this is in-game, not Tyler, the GM, with knowledge of science. So this could be very unscientific and wrong. But you kind of come up with, along those lines that yes, the salt water is the opposite. You think something very acidic would maybe hurt them more or kind of counteract the salt water.
More reaction with it, yeah.
Right. So you think, maybe something like a vinegar, which would probably be one of the easier things to
Ooh.
get, might help, might be a little bit more effective against them,
So like a garden sprayer filled with vinegar solution?
potentially.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Does that kind of fit with the whole starfish thing? Are starfish vulnerable to
Well,
acidic?
there's a lot of animals that would react to salt, obviously, like snails and stuff.
Yeah.
In this case, they live in salt. So, yeah, the vinegar might dry them out.
So we're going to do a run to the grocery store.
I know a good fish and chip shop that has plenty of vinegar we could go visit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tartar sauce.
you're able to
Tartar
get
sauce is the magic.
Yum, yum,
you,
yum.
you would be able to get the vinegar very easily. Yeah, in fact, you are
Maybe
are
we
not.
have the
You're at the beach.
old-fashioned,
You're not at the pub anymore.
We have the old-fashioned fire
Yeah.
extinguishers.
Yeah,
that you have
the
to pump.
pumps. Yeah. Okay.
A quick trip to the grocery store would likely get you all that very easily.
Okay. Well, testing this out on the ones in the house might be the best way to go at it because it's just the two of them there, right?
Yeah, that you saw, yes.
Yeah.
And we're definitely sure that going to the authorities wouldn't be the best way of solving this.
Well, we might have to go to the authorities in the end, and if they start multiplying by 20s and 30s, you have to get the army to stop.
Professor, what would we tell the authorities?
We'd say, "Look over there."
Yes.
At this point,
you make a good point, but perhaps we wouldn't have to explain the gory details, simply point them in the direction of these horribly mutated-looking people. But I see what you mean, though. We are kind of in a bind. We have to solve this ourselves in that way. I can drive us to where we need to go if we need to buy some vinegar and supplies. But we'll have to be quick about it or leave someone here to keep an eye on them.
Well, why not once we've got the supplies, Tyler, we'll do this. So I'll go knock on the door, pretending to do my rounds, saying I got to give a parcel, and then you guys can just go spray them down and see what happens.
They actually should foam like crazy.
How many of these contraptions of vinegar are you getting?
Oh, one for everybody.
I think in order to do that, somebody is definitely going to have to spend a point of insight.
Let's say 3, because guns might work too.
I always carry, so I can worry about myself when it comes to the pistol. The rest of you can worry about the vinegar cannons.
I'll take the vinegar cannon.
And again,
Maybe.
just to say it, because again, this is Arkham Horror Pulp. Silas is carrying around a harpoon, like a literal
Yes.
harpoon
All
that
right, Silas, look at that.
So
He's
yeah,
ready for anything.
you all just like happen to notice that he's been carrying
We
this around
just
this entire
noticed he's
time.
been carrying it the whole
Just happened to
time.
notice this thing.
Is that a folding?
Okay. So is that your plan? So all right. So
Yeah, I'm just
let
gonna
me figure
go.
out who has what. So who has the vinegar?
I've got a
Amanda has one, and
Amanda. Who else?
Daisy. You have a pump?
I think
She's got magic.
yeah.
yeah, she doesn't
I
need.
think
She doesn't need the vinegar.
I'm fitted.
Okay.
So maybe just me. Everybody else has got weapons or
Well, I've got a little pea shooter. I think the pump will be better, honestly. So
Okay.
I'll have
Do
one
you have a
ready, but
pump
not
also?
one I'm knocking
Okay.
on the door.
Okay.
I'll pull up in the Studebaker and I'll keep it running in case things go terrible. We can jump back in and get out of here.
Silas.
So-
You poke them and pin them to the ground, and we'll spray them with the stuff. See what?
Okay, I can do that.
All right. So everybody's pool's refreshed. This is moving into basically a structured scene.
Okay.
And so what I heard was, Samuel, you're going up to the door. You're knocking on it.
Yeah, I've
Who
got
is
like a
going-
brown parcel in my hand. I'm just knocking on the door.
Who is going up to the door with Samuel, or at least going to be close by?
I am.
Okay.
And I'll be next to him.
Okay. So and then so Mandy, Daisy, and Harvey, where are you going to be?
Harvey is going to be in the driver's seat, keeping the car warm.
Okay. And Daisy and Mandy, are you going to stay there too?
No, I think I'll try to go around back in case
Yeah.
they run.
Okay.
Let,
So you two are going to go
I'll
around back.
accompany Mandy.
Okay. All right. All right. So you both are going to go around back. All right. So this is, again, a structured scene. There's really no initiative. Basically, one side goes and then the other. Because you are kind of surprising them, we're going to do a test for this. But if you succeed, then you all will go first and then it will be them. So Samuel, kind of just describe to me what you're doing.
I'm knocking on the door going, special delivery needs to be signed for. And I have like a little thing to write on. And if he's just acting the part of being human, I know he looks disgusting based on what Amanda said. So I'm going to ignore if he looks hideous as much as I can. Give him the thing to sign. And while he's distracted by signing, I assume Amanda and Silas will just lay into him. Sign here. Just think it's a Bugs Bunny moment, right? You know,
Okay.
sign for
So-
your parcel.
We go. Give me a presence roll.
Okay. Do I get, yep. Okay. So I have a reroll on presence once per scene. So I'll use it if I need to, but I'm going to roll 2 dice.
Awesome.
And I didn't make it. So I'm going to use the reroll. And that did it. So that reroll's gone for this scene. So I got
Alright.
1 success.
Okay. So remember your
And 2
your
dice are gone.
right. They will refresh on the next turn because
Okay.
we're in a structured scene. So
Oh,
you,
right. Oh, okay.
So you go up, you kind of knock on the door, you don't hear anything, knock again, kind of say your thing, and you finally hear some shuffling, and the door opens, and you see this thing in front of you. You were kind of prepared for it, so I'm not going to make you roll for or horror, but it kind of gives you this look. Like it's almost like it's surprised that you are there, but you kind of ask it again. Please sign for this.
Yeah, sign for this.
And it takes whatever you hand it and goes to sign it. What are the Amanda or Silas? What would you like to do?
Well, I'm not really even going to let it go that far. As soon as he opens the door and steps slightly out, I'm hosing him down with vinegar.
With delicious vinegar.
I mean, we got to see if it's going to do anything.
Yeah,
If it doesn't do anything, then we got to rethink.
We got to run away. This is like Nicky 9 doors. Oh, sorry. Run away.
Give me a ranged attack roll.
Ranged
You could even
attack.
use advantage on that. It's surprised.
Mhm.
You are, taking it by complete surprise.
So with advantage, that's I roll it twice, or
Advantage is you get an extra die for free, and you remove the lowest die. So you're
okay.
only taking the highest one.
I'm gonna roll the 2 dice plus the one.
Okay.
So, and what did I need? I got a 5. I got a 5, one
Awesome.
5, which is
All you need. So you spray the vinegar on it, and it just douses this thing, and it immediately lets out this scream. Samuel and Silas, you can kind of smell not
oh,
only the vinegar smell of Amanda spraying it, but as soon as it hits the thing in front of you, its skin starts to bubble. Amanda, go ahead and roll a d3.
a D3.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 2.
Two. All right. So it takes 2 points of damage. As this starts to bubble, it lets out this incredible scream. Harvey, you can see this, from your vantage. Daisy and Mandy, you can hear the scream even from where you're at. I'll even let you both. You kind of positioned yourself, Mandy and Daisy. You positioned yourself to kind of see into the house. You can see the other one that was in there immediately start to move. So it's still your turn, and basically we keep going until you all run out of dice or you decide you're done. So who would like to do something?
If the other one is within range, I'm just going to immediately just turn and start spraying it as well.
It's not in range yet.
Okay.
So it was like in the other room. It hasn't, it's not its turn yet, so it can't move. Now you can move in if you'd like, push past it and move in to the other room. It would cost
Yeah.
you one die to move, and then whatever, however.
Tyler, you said we can see the other one,
Yes.
I guess through a window or what. So basically, we're not watched by anybody else. At least I hope so. So I have my little book in my hand,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do the shriveling spell again.
That doesn't need you to be like right next to it, right?
No, I just within
Oh,
50
yeah, within
feet.
50 feet. Yep, you are definitely within 50 feet.
Okay, so. Uh, 2 dice for lower roll. That's 3+. That's 1 success. That's all I
Okay.
needed, I guess.
Yeah, that's all you needed. And the same thing as what happens before. Mandy, you can see this again, Daisy casting this spell. The thing inside its arm just starts to shrivel up as it looks in complete shock and pain and horror as to what's happening to it. Who's next?
So is the first one that got sprayed down, is he still standing in the doorway?
Yes, he's still standing. It's like hands are on its face, trying to wipe this, vinegar off.
So I would just charge at it with the harpoon
Oh, here we
Go,
go.
right
Yeah.
through the
go for
center.
it. Go for it.
I will gracefully step aside so he has a clear path.
So is that would be melee instead
Yes,
of
that would be
range.
melee.
Nothing to see here.
Nope.
So
Move
one thing
along.
before you roll, the each weapon has what's called an injury rating. It's basically if you get that many successes or more, then you automatically inflict an injury on your opponent. So for the harpoon, if you basically roll 3 or more dice and get successes on all of them, then they automatically get an injury.
So I rolled 2 dice and I got 2 1s.
Oh,
Oh, so that is was that your horror die?
No.
Okay,
Are you,
then
yeah.
you're fine.
Okay.
You just miss. Between Samuel standing there and Amanda, spraying and this thing moving around, you just can't get a good shot on it.
Yep.
Who else would like to go? As long as you have dice, you can still go.
yep.
So
I'll
whoever,
I did take a spray or two, so now that Amanda has warmed it up, I'll pick it up and I'll give it a good squirt.
sure, go ahead with
I'm gonna use
that
two
is a
dice.
ranged.
Yep, ranged. I'm gonna save 2 in case I get attacked later, though. I'll use these 2 on it. And I got 1 success.
But that's all you need. So you get even more of it. Go ahead and give me a D3 roll.
Okay, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3. Just 1, unfortunately, but
Okay.
that's 1 more than it had before.
Yeah, so it's already doused. You kind of hit it on some area of its skin that had not gotten hit before, and it immediately begins to bubble up.
Yep.
Mandy or Harvey, do you all want to do anything?
Yeah, Walter sees that things aren't going as quickly as he hoped. He stands up in the top is open in the Studebaker, and he lifts his cane and unscrews a part of it, and then raises a hidden gun inside of it, and he's gonna take a shot.
Absolutely. This is a ranged combat roll for you.
Good old cane gun.
Right. That is 2 successes.
Perfect. So that would be, let me see here, 2 damage. Yes. 2 damage. You somehow are able to perfectly, hit it. It kind of hits it right in the chest. And Samuel, Silas, and Amanda, and Harvey, you can even see this to some extent. The chest just burst open, and inside of it, you can see it's almost like hollow, and this like goo just starts to ooze out of it. It's still standing. It's in a lot of pain and hurt, but it's still there. Who would like to do something?
I'll take a shot at the one in the rear.
Sure. Yeah.
2 dice. No successes.
I'm sorry, you said no successes?
No success.
All right. So it moves around from the glow or whatever light happened from Daisy's spell just kind of blinds you for a second. So the shot just goes wild. You all still have, some dice left if you would like to do something. Remember, you can use do a simple action to move that would cost 1 dice. You just can't repeat the same action.
When you say it costs 1 dice, so if I say I move into the room,
so it would happen automatically. But you lose.
I take 1 dice and I put it away.
Yeah. You just
But I can't put away the horror dice, correct?
Yo, you can. Yeah, you can.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You
absolutely. You can use the horror dice like normal dice. Absolutely.
Okay. So then once I've done that, can I spray the next one, or is that the same action twice?
No, it would be a different action because it's going
Different.
against a different.
Okay.
And I will even tell you, you could even like melee attack the one in front of you because you're attacking it in a different way.
Well, I figured since Silas has got that one, I will then move to the second one and spray it.
Okay. So
And I'm going to use my last. I moved the 1 dice to the side. So.
Oh, Tom,
So
try to
I'm
keep
gonna
one for defense. Keep 1 for defense just in case, unless you think you're going to kill it. Because your leftover device are your reaction dice for the bad guy round, and if you don't have a dice left, you don't have anything to defend yourself with.
So I've got 1 horror dice and 1 regular dice. Which one do you think I should roll?
Oh God, I don't know.
I'm going to roll the horror dice.
Okay,
All right,
sure,
The
that's
horror
cool.
dice. And once again, what did I have to roll before? Was it a
Ranged attack.
Ranged attack, yes.
so I need a 5 or a 6. And I got a 5. Yay.
Awesome, perfect. So go ahead.
I'm hosing down the other one.
You start to hose it down. When you see it, it's the one that looks a little bit worse than the other one, but
Yeah.
you also see that its hand has been like shriveled up. It's like missing half of its hand.
Yeah.
There's a bullet hole. The window beyond is busted through. Go ahead and give me a D3, please.
Okay. Because I'm thinking at this point, it's like killing slugs. That is a 3.
Awesome. So it is, you just, again, douse this. It immediately starts to bubble all over. Its skin is, almost like it's smoking. You kind of get this like acidic smell, or I'm sorry, this like smoky burning smell. It's still up though. So who And would anybody else like to do anything?
I'll take another. Well, no, so if I switch to another target, I can shoot, or is that the
You can
same
switch
action?
to another target, or if you can attack it in a different way, you could. So for example,
Okay.
you could enter into the room, which would cost you a die, and then you could like smack it over the head with the butt of your gun, or something like that. You just can't shoot it again.
Okay.
Um, so the one in front is basically on the ground, and Amanda, you're in front of the other one.
Second one, right?
Yes.
Spraying it.
And do you have anything to react to an attack of this thing?
I have one left. Plus, it's probably kind of blinded. I imagine its eyes are filled with vinegar. So I'm not
You
like
did douse
walking
it
up
pretty
to it.
well.
Yeah, I'm staying back from it as I'm spraying.
It's all up to you. If you've got the dice, you are more than welcome to use them.
But does it look like it's gonna attack Amanda?
Oh, it will definitely attack
Okay,
something if it gets the
and
chance.
Amanda is the next.
I again let me say something too, because remember, if we were on a table, you would see all this. They each have one die left.
Yeah,
Kind
because
of the
they've
way
been getting wounded. Yeah.
I'm
They started with
envisioning
six.
without sort of imposing it. I'm spraying it and it's going it's bubbling. So I'm just staying out of its range. I can spray it from
So
10 feet away.
All right,
all
I'll
right,
take a shot at the other one.
you gonna take a shot at it?
So in order to do that, you can't really see it, so you're gonna have to enter the house. So it's gonna cost you one die to enter the house to
Okay.
move to a position where you can then shoot.
Okay. So I spend one from that. I'm going to spend two more for the shot.
Okay.
So I'm down to one. And one success.
That's all you need. So this was the one in the front of the house next to Silas and Amanda, or I'm sorry, Silas and Samuel. You hear the report of a shot hits the side of this thing's head, and it just slumps to the ground, falls forward, and in front of your eyes, you can start seeing it start to dissolve into this like goo right in front of you. Anybody else like to do anything?
So once that happens, I'm going to use that opportunity to go in the house behind Amanda and attack the next one. So that
Sure.
would be one die have to use to move, and
Yes.
then one to attack, or whatever, however many.
Yeah, however many
Okay.
you want.
Oh,
No.
yes. I rolled another double one, but one of those happens to be
Oh no, here it comes.
So you only rolled a one on one of the horror die.
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
one regular dice and one horror dice.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and roll a d6, and you will add one to it. So let me know what your final result is.
I rolled a 6.
Oh
So
God.
that's a 7. You
Oh.
are overcome by horror. The horror of what you know looms in your mind, reducing you to your baser instincts. Unless you spend one insight, you must spend at least half of the dice in your pool to move directly away from the closest opponent during your next turn. So, in other words, you either spend an insight, or the next turn you are moving away and losing half of your dice from your dice pool.
I only have one die left.
Well, you'll refresh it in the next turn, so you'll be down to probably 3.
Oh, so he loses them.
Just for the next turn, yes.
Okay. Okay. So how do I spend an insight then?
You've got 2 insights, so just kind of mark one off.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'll do that.
So you all see Silas just, the look on his face of pure terror, and he backs up a little bit. You take a step or two back after you missed, but you're able to kind of like recompose yourself. Would anybody else like to do anything? Not
I'm
hearing
saving
anything.
my dice.
Okay, all right. So it becomes the thing's turn. The thing in the room with Amanda and Silas. It only has one dice, and it's going to use that to attack Amanda. You're the one with the sprayer. It lunges at you with its fist. So it needs, what does it need? It's a melee combat. It needs a 5. I rolled a 3. So it's just blinded by what you did to it. It kind of stumbles forward. It's an incredibly you feel this thing. Its fist miss you, and it feels very powerful. But you were lucky enough that it completely missed. So we're at the top of the next turn. You all of your dice
Well,
pools refresh.
Since it swings at me before we refresh, and I've still got 1 dice left, I'm going to try and clobber it with the butt end of the sprayer as it.
Technically, that'll happen on your next turn.
All right.
Unfortunately, the only reactions you can do are dodge, block, and resist.
Okay. I thought that would be funny though.
Yeah,
That's a good top of the
Clunk.
round thing to do, though.
It would make a nice
So,
clunk sound.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it kind of overextends itself. So if you want to do that, absolutely go ahead.
Go for it.
Your dice pool refreshes.
Finish him.
I'm only going to spend 1 dice to see
Okay.
because I'll save my others for other moves.
So this will be melee combat.
And I got a 5. So
Perfect. So,
what did you say? Melee combat?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a 5 and I needed a 4, so that's cool.
Cool. You
Plunk.
hit it
Clunk.
right over the head. Its head, like the vinegar must have weakened it because its head it just crushes in.
Yeah.
It tumbles to the ground right in front of you, and just like the other one, just begins to melt into this goo.
I think we
Outside,
have a way to get inside the caves.
Yeah, I
the
think so.
as all this happens, you all can kind of hear the bubbling as these things just kind of dissolve in front of you. Eventually, within a couple 30 seconds or so, it stops, and you're all just kind of there. Like Amanda, like you said, you've got a way now to combat these things, and I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh.
Okay. It's a good spot.
Yep.
Yikes. Just like killing snails.
Yeah. Do they leave a stain on the carpet where they disintegrate?
Oh, absolutely. They are not getting their deposit back.
Oh,
Gobs of
God.
green glue. Yeah.
Ugh.
Our players included Sergio Crago, Josh Ryan, Pascal Breitenfeld, Shane Hartman, Troy Lehman, and myself, with Tyler Hudak as the game, as the keeper of, I can't say keeper of Arkham Horror, as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Arkham Horror role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.